And that being said, you know, this was the biggest hoorah of the two strokes. Now that we went over the majority of the two stroke families and we've gotten to talk a lot about them, you know, I would like to move on. And then applications. You know, as I said, here's a dozer. They powered heavy equipment and they powered semi-trucks like a Chevrolet Bison. Can't forget about boats. This is a river barge off the Mississippi. Of course, military equipment. You have an Oshkosh here with a big tank back here. Generator sets. And my favorites, the buses. And this could go for Greyhounds and MCI coaches, you name it. But it wasn't always what it was cracked up to be. Over time, Caterpillar and Cummins, they both started making better stuff. And so they started replacing Detroit. So as it sits right now, they were probably the biggest influence in American diesel manufacturing. As it sits right now, these two strokes that I've talked about today, they are long gone. They were all killed off around the time I was born. But don't lose hope. You can find them all over America. At least that's what dieselduck.com, the article on there says. And, you know, these were the engines of the very populous industries, communities. You know, they built roads, they hauled equipment, logged out forests, they fought in the military with us. You know, they're so diverse in what they could do that I don't think they were given credit the way they should have been. You know, they were the premier engine manufacturer. And over time, ownership changed from General Motors to Roger Penske and now Daimler, the people who own Mercedes. You know, that really took a big blow into the market here in America. And on top of that, stringent emissions laws. As I said, these things just are not that efficient. They spew out a bunch of emissions that the EPA does not like, but I guess some things must end. And in conclusion, you know, the general essence of it, it was started for military applications. You know, that's how the Series 71 came about. And then with the 53 series, that's when it really hit the civilian market. And, you know, they turned around, they'd made the 149 for boats and generators. And then their last ones were the 92 series for the on-road sector. And that was right before Caterpillar came out with the 3406, which everyone knows and loves, but due to that, they won't give credit to Detroit for having the market before. It is what it is. But all in all, emissions were the main thing that killed off the two strokes. And it's a little upsetting because anytime you hear them go by, they sound like they're about to blow up, and kid at heart like me just love the noise. I just want to have to say thank you, Detroit Diesel, for an inspiration. And then my works cited page. History of Detroit Diesel, their article on First Motion products, and then we have Detroit Diesel North American Icon on dieselduck.info. And then here we have Detroit Diesel's actual website, Demand Detroit, the history. And then here for TriadFreightliner.com, history of Detroit Diesel Corporation. And down here is an article I dug up from Haggerty.com where it was saying that in the land of the dinosaurs, the behemoth two-stroke Detroit Diesel is the king. Thank you very much.